Hello everyone and welcome back to this humble abode of gameplay and memes. Today I return to you once more with another Supreme Commander Forged Alliance Forever replay cast. And this one is going to be a bit of a special one. You know, I decided that from now on, at least for a little while, every fifth cast I put out is going to be something special. So this is going to be cast number 15, and thus it is going to be special indeed. So what you see before you looks absolutely crazy, I know, right? This is a special type of map, which is called, as you can see on the right side, Mayhem of 64 ACUs V2. Yes, it's a 10x10 map where there is absolutely, well, there's barely any reclaim, I should say. It's mostly just trees. Yes, it is actually, only trees and like 2 or 3 rocks. And the main feature, as you can clearly see and read, is that there are 64 ACUs on the map in total, so there are 8 players, and every player is in possession of, yes, indeed, 8 ACUs. So, of course, everybody has ACUs of every faction, two for each faction, I should say. And yes, this is what we're going to be rolling with today. I hope you enjoy this one because, yeah, it's definitely something new. Like I said, every fifth one is going to be something special. So if you enjoy this video, well, you don't have to do it right now, but if you enjoy it, end up enjoying it, I should say, be sure to like the video and possibly subscribe to the channel and maybe even leave a comment down below. It helps me out tremendously. But anyway, let's go ahead and start introducing our players and stop wasting time. So today we're going to have 6 players on this map and 2 more AI companions, which will be mostly just obstacles in the way. I don't think they will be able to do much here. We've already got first shootouts, but yes, let's introduce our players. So we've got ourselves Penetrator in Color Confusion Cyan. And next up is Dirtierdragon in what looks like Taiga Green. Then, on top of that, we've got ourselves Zoro22 in Thalassophobia Blue, onebigandy in Pastel Pink, a Blissy Mystery in Overbearing Ochre, Trolloloshka 2003 in Life Given Yellow. And last but not least, 2 AI companions, like I already described, are going to be Kiyanka in Blues Blue, and finally Jaime, or Jamie, not sure how to pronounce it properly, in Road Rage Red. Yes, we can see already action happening all over the map, ACUs shooting each other. You can see here, for example, we've got a Seraphim ACU of Zoro, an Aeon ACU from Trolloloshka, and another Aeon ACU, this time from Mystery, already shooting each other, shooting every which way. So naturally, you know, since the objective is still the same as usual, assassination, you must eliminate all enemy ACUs in order to win. People probably want to preserve their ACUs as much as possible, and that involves moving them, hopefully moving them to the same location. You can already see Dirtierdragon having 2 ACUs here, already completed a Tech 2 upgrade on his Cybern ACU, and already starting work on a T2 power generator, for which he definitely has both the mass and the energy to support it, because, you know, you've got 8 ACUs. Remember, ACUs generate +1 mass and +20 energy per second from the get-go, you know, right out the gate. So you've got +8 mass per second and +160 energy immediately at the beginning of the game. And yes, Dirtierdragon has used it to upgrade one of his Cybern ACUs to T2. The exact same thing was done by Penetrator, except in his case it's going to be a UEF ACU, while he's now upgrading a Seraphim ACU to T2 as well. You can see Penetrator moving as many ACUs as possible, like I described to you, moving all of them towards the top right corner. Meanwhile, it looks like Zoro is attempting to stay mostly in the center, chasing off another ACU of Penetrators. Except, you know, in this case, he probably could have killed that ACU considering he had 3 on site, but decided to not do that. Yes, people are of course going to be occupying all these mass extractors, or at least as many as they can. You can see Trolloloshka is trying to occupy the bottom left corner, And Zoro is making meager attempts to occupy the top left corner, but I don't think it's gonna work too well because there is only one ACU there. Of course, okay, we've got our first ACU explosion. It's hard to say who exactly that was, because, you know, there aren't really any pointers to see who has how many ACUs. I guess I can do this. No, it's broken. Nice. But yes, that was our first ACU explosion. It looked like a UEF ACU, I think, judging by the mushroom cloud. We've got one ACU of Kiyanka just standing there doing nothing. Actually, it looks like, yes, most of Kiyanka's ACUs are congregating in this area, so I guess she or they, it's an AI, so whatever. Okay, that was a Cybern ACU explosion. It looks like they are slowly but surely being eradicated. Once again, I did not notice whose ACU that was, but, you know, with losing just 2 ACUs out of 64, it's not particularly important. Looks like one of Kiyanka's ACUs is about to die here, though, because there are 2 enemy ACUs shooting it from... Who's this? This is Trolloloshka, right? Yes. Alright. 2, 1, boom! Alright, and the damaged ACU of Trolloloshka has, of course, survived, wisely retreats. And an Aeon ACU blows up as well. It looks like there is a serious fight happening here between Trolloloshka and Blissey. Mystery. And it looks like... I assume that was one of Trolloloshka ACUs. You can actually see how many ACUs a particular player has if you just select that player and press Ctrl C. For example, right here, yes, we can see that Trolloloshka has lost one Cybern ACU. There was an explosion at the top right corner. I'm assuming that was probably Jaime. What? Okay, can I please? Okay, yeah, here you go. What the hell? Stop it, please. Stop it. Okay, it looks like... Yeah, it looks like... So far, Jaime has lost one UEF ACU, which, I mean, is still not important because it's a bot, but whatever, you know. Just for the record, Mystery, so far, has lost 2 ACUs, actually 1 UEF, 1 Aeon. And then... Zoro has lost none, actually they're all fine. And then Penetrator also has all of his ACUs. Andy has got himself 7, lost 1 Cybern ACU, and finally, yeah, we've missed Dirtierdragon, who's still got all of them. Nice. So yes, pretty much most of the ACUs are still intact. People are still, you know, still have access to all the technology of all factions. If we take a look at what factions they are prioritizing, you can see that there's already T2 Cybern for, I think, most players at this point, right? Dirtierdragon has one, Trolloloshka has one. It looks like Andy's prioritizing UEF, but also Cybern as well. You can see right here, trying to oust the remaining, you know, the remaining stronghold of Jaime nearby. Fair enough. 2 comm explosions rocking the top right side. Thus, there was one Seraphim ACU and 1 UEF, interesting. And 1 Aeon as well. You can see the green stuff is Aeon. Alright, that's cool. So who's lost them then? Nope, it looks like none of the ACUs were lost by Penetrator. So that must have been Andy's then. Yep. Andy's not... Andy now only has 5, so... Has to be a little bit careful here, but it does seem like he successfully managed to occupy the top left corner, completely out Zoro from there as well as Jaime. Zoro somehow still has all of his ACUs though. I guess he just evacuated. Somehow. Gun upgrades also going up on some of the commanders. You can see the Seraphim, 1 Seraphim ACU for Blissey already has a gun. I don't think that's the case for Dirtierdragon quite yet. Yeah, Dragon seems to be more interested in... Whoa, that's a lot of missiles. Where are they going? They better not be going to destroy these AI ACUs, because that's kind of pointless. Let me see. Oh, yep. Okay, he actually eliminated one of Jaime's AIs, which I don't think was worth eliminating, but whatever. I guess you can still just occupy this position extremely easily now. Take 2 Aeon, by the way, for Dirtierdragon. Blissey has apparently drawn with onebigandy, which I have no idea what that means, considering they've got plenty of ACUs between the 2 of them. It looks like Blissey is actually just disconnected. Oh well, that was pretty sad. Yep. So Blaze is disconnected, either realizing that the game was over, or just, you know, having internet issues. We can't really tell from the chat log, because all we see are the upgrade. ACU upgrades up, and another commander bites the dust, this time from Kiyanka. I think that was Dirtierdragon, still doing his dirty tricks with the tactical missiles. It should be noted that all of the players, of course, are using air, naturally, because, you know, you are essentially alone. This is a free-for-all match. I should have probably pointed that out. You can, of course, you know, text other players and make alliances if you wish, but in general, this is a free-for-all map, and you can expect to get backstabbed anytime. Even if you are technically in an alliance with someone, there is no way, I don't think there is a way to actually confirm those alliances formally, so you gotta be really careful with those. And another ACU bites the dust, this time it's a Seraphim ACU of Kiyanka once again. Dirtierdragon picking on those easy targets, getting you know, all those ACU frags, which don't actually matter, like I said, because these are bots. They won't be able to put up any resistance whatsoever in the late game, of course, but hey, he's doing what he can, you know. Still field generator being built up by the Aeon ACU at Tech 2 of Dirtierdragon. So I guess he's planning to slowly but surely occupy more of this territory. I wonder if he sees what's going on there. He's got plenty of scouts, you can send them here and see that there is basically nothing. There is a whole bunch of no man's land between him and Trolloloshka. Does he even know that this is Trolloloshka? I'm actually curious now. Nope, he has no idea what's going on other sides of the map. All he knows is what's around him. Well, I guess that's one way to do it. At least you don't have to pay attention to something that's happening across the map if you can't physically see it. Alright. Artillery shootouts, or, well, not less like shootouts and more like the Tech 2 UEF ACU of Andy is just pounding the positions of Trolloloshka, which there are 4 ACUs here, but they are so far failing to protect themselves from a single ACU of the enemy. Interesting. I guess there must be some engineer. Well, yeah, there's like a bunch of Tech 1 engineers here helping build stuff up. Interestingly enough, it already has 5 tactical missile defense units, which there are no missiles being fired at all. But hey, I guess it's better safe than sorry in this case, because I'm sure they've got resources to spare, right? In terms of, oh yeah, in terms of resources, you can see that reclaim. People are, of course, still reclaiming. Even though there's barely anything to reclaim, you can see, yeah, the top player in the game in terms of reclaim is, of course, Trolloloshka with almost 4,000. I'm guessing he's, I'm guessing he's just constantly fighting against Jaime and farming his troops as reclaim, as well as whoever was there. Oh yeah, of course he also got, you know, a chunk out of Mystery's base, so naturally he is also reclaiming that. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure Dragon realizes that Mystery is dead. Well, it looks like he can't see him anymore on the map, so oh yeah, finally, okay, he's finally scouting other corners of the map. So now you can see that, you know, where Jaime is, where Trolloloshka is situated, as well as Big Andy. So that's cool. A very precarious position for Zorro, right in the middle of the map. However, I'm pretty sure he still has all of his ACUs, which is quite remarkable, really. Yep, there you go. All 8 of them still intact. Okay. There's a single T2 Cybern ACU trying to slowly but surely PD creep his way either towards Zorro's base or towards Penetrator's base. Not entirely sure yet. Meanwhile, Penetrator has retreated with one of his Aeon ACUs as far as possible in order to not lose it, I suppose, because, you know, sometimes... Oh, whoop! There's an explosion. Okay, I think that was Zorro losing his first ACU. Nope, it was someone else. Must have been Jaime then, I guess. He's got... How many ACUs has Jaime got, I wonder? He's got himself 6. Okay, so yeah, Jaime definitely losing some of his ACUs. It might have been Kiyanka also, because Kiyanka's commanders are scattered all over the place. I imagine, yeah, Kiyanka probably just has 1 ACU left over. Yep, exactly, just 1 Cybern. And basically no production whatsoever, so yeah. AI players, as expected, not faring too well. That's okay though. As soon as we eliminate them, we can start, you know, playing the game for real. with just 6 people, well, in this case 5, so I don't think anybody will miss them. But we'll see. I'm still finding that our first ejection of the game was mystery. That is pretty hilarious. Got outlived by both AIs, but it felt like a connection problem rather than, you know, the person just quitting, because I don't think the game was over for them yet. Okay, so the 4 ACUs of Total have been pushed back by 1 ACU of onebigandy, and now Andy is encroaching upon the enemy positions with a whole bunch of artillery. It feels like it's probably not going to accomplish anything because there are still 4 ACUs there, and while, you know, they might suck against artillery, at the very least they are pretty good at, you know, destroying Tech 1 units. I mean, they suck against T2 artillery when it's far away, but, you know what I mean. No guns on these, by the way. Meanwhile, his second ACU squad, 2 Seraphims and 1 UEF, are trying to upgrade the UEF ACU to T3. That's interesting. I guess in that case he's going to be able to start a Ravager creep against Andy to hopefully turn the tides in his favor. We should keep an eye out for that. Kiyanka has finally been eliminated. Her last ACU just walked into the base of Dirtierdragon and got killed by a whole bunch of PD. Oh well. Oh no, that's not good. Tech 2 artillery of Dirtierdragon comes very close to hitting his own mass extractors because of some tanks from, who's that? Oh, I think it's Zoro. Yeah, some tanks from Zoro walking directly into Dragon's base. That's one way to scout, I suppose, although that leaves a lot more mass than, you know, flying scouts over that base actually would. T2 air, serious T2 air production for Zoro, by the way. This is Aeon, Tech 2 air, in case you're wondering. There's a whole host of T2 gunships. Aeon gunships, 18 to be exact, as well as 11 Swiftwind fighters. Wow, that's a lot of Swiftwinds, I gotta say. Last time I seen so many Swiftwinds was in a ladder 1v1 game, so it's definitely something, alright. In the meantime, though, it should be noted that, yep, there you go, onebigandy's frontline UEF ACU has already been upgraded to Tech 2, and is now building a whole bunch of cannons as well to assist him with the destruction. Did I say he upgraded to Tech 2? Because I definitely meant Tech 3. As you can see, he's got T3 shields now. Wow. That's a fast T3 shield 15 minutes in already. I'm not entirely sure it was worth it, but I guess whatever. He's got plenty of resources for it, right? Actually no, he's mass stalling like crazy. What is he even building? What are you building, my dude? Why are you mass stalling so hard? I guess he's trying to upgrade his... Uh-oh, here come the gunships. They are coming for the base of Andy. Yeah, looks like there aren't very many flak cannons, so the gunships could potentially do some real damage, especially considering Andy barely has any air. Does he even have air scouts? Okay, yes, he does have scouts, but that's about it. There are some flak cannons in the general area, but so far, it looks like the gunships have done a great job avoiding them and now are threatening the production as well as the mass outputs of Andy. I don't think he cares too much about these T-Watt power generators, though you should definitely target the mass extractors while you still can. It doesn't look like Andy is deploying any countermeasures, though. All of the engineers are being eliminated, a T3 mass extractor is being threatened. I don't think anything can save it, so goodbye. That is going to put a serious dent in Andy's production, although interestingly enough, okay, I was going to say, it, you know, it increased in a short span of time to like -30, but well, -10, and then it went up to -200 again. I'm not sure. I guess it's because of the commander and the kennels building stuff here. Yep, they are assisting mass extractors, so I guess that's just what happens in this case. But wow, these gunships are being a lot more successful than I anticipated. I think they can see the flak cannon now, so they might be able to avoid that. Yep. Still only Tech 1. Still only Tech 1 being constructed by Andy in defense. Tech 1 anti-air, I mean. There you go, there's some T2 PD, but that's not gonna save you. Weird. Okay, well, now Zoro is just screwing around, targeting random artillery pieces, which won't do anything anyway. I guess they were sort of threatening his base, so it makes sense to eliminate them, but yeah, it's not a worthy target for Aeon T2 gunships who fire large projectiles with a relatively long cooldown. Meanwhile, Ravager creep having already been started by Penetrator. Not just Ravager creep though, he's also building some T3 flare SAM launchers. So I guess he is going to just secure his base with throwing up T3 SAM launchers everywhere. Also hasn't quite got the mass to afford it, but he does have himself what is that? No, I don't want storage. Excuse me. There you go. That's 23 T2 mass extractors. Penetrator has got himself one of the biggest mass incomes. Yep, there you go. 300. Only surpassed by Zoro himself, who is currently sitting happily on a few T3 extractors and is now upgrading his air factory to T3. Very nicely done. I guess he's just gonna build a whole bunch of scouts and restorers, it looks like. Yep. On infinite production. All of his ACUs situated relatively close to each other, which might be dangerous because, you know, they could be eliminated by one strike of a weapon like an experimental unit or a nuke, but I guess he's fine for now. We've got, yep, there you go, we've got serious Ravager creep already on the way for Big Andy as well. Constructing that with that T1, T3 UEF commander. Meanwhile, it looks like, yeah, Trollashka has just given up on this position and retreated, now upgrading his other ACUs with the resource allocation system, I suppose. Not entirely sure why he started with UEF, which is like the most generic one. I could be mistaken, but I think the Cybern ACU gives you the most energy for the upgrade, while the Seraphim, or either Seraphim or Aeon ACU RAS gives you the highest amount of mass per second, so I don't know, I think that might be slightly better. But Trollashka himself isn't doing too great on mass in comparison to Zoro and Dragon. However, Andy's probably in the worst position right now at just over 100 mass per second. Wow, that gunship rate really did a mere number on him. So well played by Zoro, but Zoro isn't done yet. Oh no, he's not. He's going straight for these Ravagers with a whole bunch of Mantis as well. I'm sure Penetrator didn't quite expect that. Look at him. Destroys the T3 Engineer. The Ravagers still keep firing, but those are, you know, Ravagers are the worst thing you can do against you know, an invading T1 force. And Zoro is exploiting this weakness really well. You can see Mantis is running all over the enemy T2 mass extractors, except for some reason they are only targeting the SAM launchers. Well, okay. Now they're targeting a T3 extractor, a T2 extractor actually, never mind. That's weird, why would you target this extractor but, you know, after you've bypassed 4 more of them? Interesting. But, you know, the attack will eventually peter out, the Ravagers and the other turrets will eventually clean them up, but could eliminate quite a few more mass extractors if you target it properly, but I guess you don't really care. Oh, and there you go, Titans dispatched in order to eliminate the remaining Mantises. Yeah, Titans will do the job just fine. Should stop looking at that direction now and maybe check out the big, mean, green, dirty dragon, who's currently busy upgrading all of his ACUs with RAS. Yeah, see, that's what I was talking about before. Lots and lots of RAS on every commander, plus 6,000 energy. Oh, whoop, never mind. Energy just evaporates. Oh, now going for a RAS with that Aeon ACU. Yeah, normally when you're upgrading RAS, you really don't want to, or, well, when you're upgrading anything, really, you really don't want to stall power. Because if you're power stalling, the output of your mass extractors is also reduced, which means you will have a lot more trouble. Actually, you know, you might essentially double the cost of whatever you're building, just because your mass extractors aren't working properly because they haven't got the energy to support full production. So that definitely should be careful with that. It looks like now the next target of Zoro's raid is going to be Trollashka, actually targeting T3 mass extractors. Yeah, you see, Zoro's been really good about targeting specifically mass extractors. Ow. Down goes the T3, down goes the T2 that was almost upgraded to T3, and another one, and another. Oh my god, that is so much mass completely wasted for Trollashka. I'm sure he's not very happy about that. And see, they are avoiding the main base very wisely, so they don't really have to fly into the SAM launchers and die. What did I just say? Okay, never mind. They are now flying into the heaviest enemy air defenses and dying, so never mind that. It looks like, yeah, the ACUs for Trolloloshka are relatively safe. However, if a T3 generator gets blown up, that's gonna be a serious problem. Because that's the rest of his power output, essentially. He's really dependent on that one, I'm sure. Well, actually, no, never mind. He's got, like... That's weird. He's got, like... Huh, okay. Never mind what I just said. Another Restorer squad being sent against Jaime this time. Yeah, you know, Jaime just being a nominal force here with just 2 ACUs left over. I'm sure he's gonna get eliminated sooner rather than later. We'll see though. We'll see. A whole bunch of SAM launchers being constructed directly in the middle of Zoro's basement. Would you look at that? He is working on a Yathiltha. Using a whole bunch of kennels to support it. Kennels! All of his ACUs as well. Very nicely done. The Yathiltha is almost up, so we should definitely keep an eye out for that. See where that's gonna go. But for now, I guess we should start looking at other stuff. Or keep looking at other stuff like the War of Ravagers here. Yes, there are a couple Ravagers for Trolloloshka as well. Clearly they aren't quite up to the challenge because there is so much artillery and Ravagers shooting at them. And I don't think those gunships from Zoro are gonna do anything whatsoever, although there's a whole bunch of more restorers arriving, but they still seem to be more interested in eliminating the mass extractors and not the fortified fire base, which makes sense for Zoro, definitely, but might not be too pleasant for Trolloloshka, so we'll see about that. Advanced Region Aura, what? Okay, he's got an Advanced Region Aura on one of his Seraphim ACUs. I wonder if that affects buildings. Doesn't look like it does. Nope, it definitely doesn't. Well, that was a miscalculation, I suppose. Alright, the Yathiltha, yeah, the Yathiltha is definitely done at this point. You can see right here. This beauty. Yes. Done and ready to go. In terms of what else we can see, there is also Nano Repair being built on both of the Seraphim ACUs of... Who's this again? Oh yes, it's of course Penetrator, who is also catching up on mass production. He's actually got the biggest mass production in the game right now, with Zoro being close second. One of the UEF ACUs for Trolloloshka gets blown up by the Ravager and artillery fire. That is quite unfortunate indeed. Probably should send something extra against that because, you know, it's not very ideal losing your ACUs like that. Actually, more of them are threatened here. You can see this Siren and this UEF ACUs are also threatened, so you gotta be extra careful with that. Meanwhile, Titan's being sent by Penetrator to harass Andy once again. Yeah, Andy can't seem to bring his mass production under control. Most of the mass extractors in his main sort of territory are still Tech 1, which is no doubt really sad for him, but I suppose both Zoro and Penetrator definitely achieved their goal. And yes, by the way, I will keep saying Penetrator, just like that, until the rest of the cast, or for the rest of the cast, so get used to it. A whole bunch of Tech 1 attack bombers being constructed by Dragon for some reason. Not entirely sure what these are supposed to do. I guess they were protecting against invading T1 units. They will certainly do a better job at it in comparison to Oblivion turrets or even Tech 2 artillery, but still wouldn't be my first choice, especially considering Zoro clearly has air superiority. But we don't know if, well, yeah. Of course, you know, Dragon can see that there's a whole bunch of stuff flying over Zoro's base. You can also see there's plenty of restorers there, so I guess, yeah. He does know that Zoro has air superiority, so it's probably, yeah. Tech 1 bombers probably aren't your first choice in this case. But you do you, I suppose. To each their own, right? Oh no! More T2 mass extractors. I think those just hit T2 like a minute ago, and now they instantly get destroyed by the invading Titans. You still keep going. Oh no, they might destroy 4 more. T2 mass extract. No! Stop it! No! They just got built. No! Ow! Ow. Poor baby. My god. Andy is doing an excellent job on the front line, you know, building up. Oh, he's brought an Aeon ACU along as well. Actually, that's the only ACU in the area. The big UEF ACU seems to have retreated. I can't see it though. The one that was at T3. What? Or not? I can't see. Oh, it's right here, right? Yep, it's right there. Okay, never mind. So the war of spearheads and ravagers and artillery is still going on this southwestern side of the map. Meanwhile, Zorro is just mostly free to build up a whole bunch of mass extractors, and he's got himself a megalith in addition to the Ethotha that we saw before, so at this point, Zorro is absolutely stacked. Look at this, he's still got all of his ACUs up. Over 200 Aeon Tech 1 engineers, and a whole host of mantises that now once again attacking Andy, because who else could you possibly attack, right? This guy clearly hasn't suffered enough. Look at this. The Titans are still standing there. The Titans are still doing their thing. Well, they will now die to the artillery, but still. Ouch. Losing these definitely hurt. I'm really hoping he won't just start building T3 extractors here with his ACU. No, it looks like these are just T2. Very wisely indeed. More T3 mass extractors, of course, being built up by Penetrator, as well as Dirtierdragon, pardon me, that's the wrong kind of dragon, or not the one that I said previously, but anyway, we've got a nuke launcher. From the interesting things on this map, we've got a nuke launcher as well as a next to a T3 mass fabricator. Well, that's gonna blow up real good, whenever it does at least. Yes, we've got nuke launcher for Dirtierdragon, 3 strategic missile defense units for Penetrator. Really stepping up that strategic missile defense game. I guess you may never know how many nukes your enemies will wish to launch at you. The spearheads do seem to kind of sort of be working, considering they are penetrating the defenses, actually destroying mass extractors very nicely indeed. They are destroying shields as well, so clearly something has to be done about that. Probably like you need to build like more TMD units or something, because clearly these aren't enough. The Ravagers, however, are now also failing to penetrate the enemy shields because, you know, there are just so many. Oh, never mind. Just when I said it did get penetrated. However, the shield didn't get destroyed, so it will regenerate relatively shortly, and then I suppose it will be T3 soon as well, which is excellent news for Zorro. Not great news for Andy though. Wow. Ravagers are just hitting a whole bunch of nothing. Oh, down goes the shield though. Ow. That hurt. Yep, and down goes the shield, and down goes... I'm guessing down go Trollashka's hope of holding on to this. Although he, you know, he kind of has to hold on to this because there are two... Yep, there are 2 strategic missile defense units in the area. Now, this is basically the last... You know, the last... frontier, the final frontier before these are hit, so he really has to stand and fight here. There's nowhere else to go, nowhere to retreat now. It looks like Dragon is making no attempts whatsoever to attack Trollashka, so these Triad turrets are sufficient to hold him off. No tactical missile defense, nothing like that needed. In the meantime, what is our friend Penetrator up to? Now, I'll tell you what he's up to. He's up to almost 900 mass per second at this point, which is friggin' insane, if you ask me, because, yeah, nobody else on the map is even, you know, not even close. Oh, yep, there you go. Like I said, here goes air superiority. A swarm of restorers, destroying both mantises of... oh no, never mind. These mantises are also from Zorro, so never mind that. They just destroyed a whole bunch of attack bombers from Dirtierdragon, which looks like, yeah, these were UEF attack bombers, but now they are no more, so it doesn't really matter. Ooh, yes indeed, it looks like finally Trollashka is hitting back at Andy, forcing him to retreat. Look at this. Ooh, yep, that definitely looks like a defeat to me. One more round of artillery shells and all of this will blow up. All of the missile launchers, all of the... Oh, yep, there you go. All of the missile launchers, all of the mass extractors, all of the artillery pieces, right, that's what they're called. Well, it's not quite penetrating yet, but yes, definitely. There's no more missile defense either, so the spearheads will just have a field day with this. Trollashka is also scouting everywhere with T3 scouts, as is Zaro, you know, as you do in this game. Meanwhile, it looks like Penetrator is mostly relying on T1 scouts still. Interesting. And he's making another kind of fortified fire base on the front against Zaro and possibly Penetrator. But for now it looks like it's not really under attack. There is a T3 power generator here, so I guess he's really self-conscious about putting these T3 generators all over the map, because, you know, otherwise they could get easily blown up by just a band of titans like these, for example. Or, you know, any other amount of things. But yeah, the titans definitely will meet their end here, finally, after standing there for like 10 minutes. And I suppose at this point we might want to speed the game up slightly, because not much is happening. You know, we see this fire base has been eliminated. Unfortunately, a whole bunch of reclaim has been destroyed, so I guess Trollashka won't be able to recover that much from it, but he definitely should start recovering something. Maybe, I don't know, maybe like send a few... Yeah, there you go. He's already got himself some RASCOMs, so I guess this is the stage of the game where people have upgraded most of these safe mass extractors to T3 and are now transitioning to producing support commanders. Yep, there you go. What? Oh yeah, that was the end of Jaime. That was the last ACU of Jaime finally getting eliminated. He lasted over 30 minutes in this match, free for all, and an AI player somehow lasted over 30 minutes, 33 to be exact, in this match. So congrats to Jaime, really made his robot brothers proud there. In the meantime though, there are 2 nuke launchers being built up and heavily assisted by Penetrator. I guess he's about to penetrate somebody's nuke defenses real good, which by the way Andy has none of these, I'm pretty sure. If we select Andy we can see that. Hello? Yeah, I don't think Andy has any sort of nuke defense anywhere. Well, it's clearly visible like this actually. His ACU that was on the front line is still trying to defend with his T3. I don't think it's gonna happen though, because all these spearheads, yep, there you go, the spearheads already targeting the generator. It's not shielded, so it's gonna get blown up real good. Meanwhile, there is a serious air force now being built up by Penetrator. Actually, we might have missed an air fight, so I apologize for that in advance. It looks like... Oh no, it looks like all the restorers from Zaro are getting baited into Penetrator's base and are now being targeted and eliminated by both a whole host of SAM launchers, ground-based launchers, as well as all of these fighters. Which, interestingly enough, these are cyber and stealth fighters, so I suppose Penetrator has himself Tech 3 Cyber and Air. Well, obviously, you can't produce those fighters otherwise. But most importantly, though, he's got himself an Awasar. Oh, yes, sir, the Awasar is coming for somebody. Looks like that somebody's gonna be Zaro, and indeed his base is also being targeted by nukes. The Awasa will of course drop the bomb and then dive bomb as well, on top of the nuke defense as expected, and now the nuke will land for sure. Meanwhile, he was already 12% done with his Paragon, and now that is coming to an end with a bang. Alright, how many ACUs has Zaro got left? 3, yes. He had all of his ACUs intact, and now there are only 3 left. His Megalith survived, as did the Thotha, but the Megalith did get hit by the nuke, so he's missing most of his health. Meanwhile, for some reason, Zaro was attempting to attack the base of Dirtierdragon with restorers, which of course didn't work because most of his restorers already got eliminated, so as expected, Trollashka is now pushing back against Andy with a whole bunch of spearheads and Percivals. You really don't want to run your spearheads into enemy T2 PD though, that makes no sense whatsoever. I'm not sure if his... Wait, where's his UEF ACU? What, did he get blown up? Hello? No, the T3 ACU is still here. he's overflowing 95 mass per second. That's not good. Yeah, probably hasn't really got a way to spend it. Meanwhile, the Megalith gets eliminated by the enemy T2 artillery because it was so low health. The Thiltha, accompanied by a whole bunch of mantises, is now attacking the frontline positions of Penetrator. But there are so many Percivals and Ravagers and God knows what else. I really don't think it's gonna do anything because, like, okay, you kill a whole bunch of artillery, a whole bunch of Percivals, but then what? The Thiltha dies as well, and now it's just gonna get scooped up by the enemy. Like, what did you do? It might kill a few more Percivals in the process, but like, nah. Don't think that was worth it at all. Sorry, Andy. Looks like... oh, sorry, I mean Zoro. My bad. Looks like that was a waste. Also, Zoro just walked out with all of his ACUs because he realized they can't stay in the base anymore. You gotta hide them by just, you know, walking out of the base. Yeah, I don't think anybody knows that these are ACUs, so he's okay for now, but otherwise, not a very good look for Zoro. Feel really bad for him considering, you know, he had himself a really nice economy, and he had all of his ACUs intact for such a long time, and he was in the middle, which is, you know, in between everybody else. So yeah, from the 5 surviving players so far, it looks like Zoro is doing the worst, being closely followed by Andy, although never mind, Andy is actually, no, yeah. Zoro actually still has a better economy than Andy does, so never mind that. Andy got beaten so badly by 3 people that he's still failing to recover. Even though Zoro just got nuked and lost most of his ACUs. And now it looks like Zoro's might lose another ACU of his because, yep, there's a whole bunch of Titans attacking him directly. Attacking his base, I should say. And Awasa is flying over it somewhere. I actually can't see it. I have no idea where that is, but it's definitely there. Trust me. Just gotta oh, no, it's not attacking anything, it's just sitting in the base. It's got 2 kills. I'm guessing those might have been scouts, but yeah. Don't think you really need to, you know, spend the energy of the Awasa attacking Zoro, who's barely got anything left over. But in the meantime, it looks like Trollowashka is no longer attacking Andy all that, you know, heavily. And in terms of reclaim, it looks like, yeah, there isn't that much for most people except Trollowashka, who, you remember, he was able to scoop up both former base of Mystery as well as this mighty fire base of Andy, so yes. Trollowashka is definitely leading in terms of his production of mass, of reclaim, sorry. In terms of total mass accrued, we should probably pay attention to that. Over 1 million for Penetrator. Yeah, Penetrator, having been mostly unimpeded throughout the game, has managed to accumulate over 1 million total mass. Trollowashka next following very closely, followed by Dirtierdragon and Zoro, with Andy hopelessly lagging behind. Another nuke defense has been eliminated for Dirtierdragon, who's got himself a T3 artillery installation, but now that will also be destroyed because, yep, there's a nuke coming already. So, Penetrator, employing heavily penetrating tactics of dropping Awasas on people and then nuking them. Yes, the artillery piece does get destroyed, as do most of his power generators. I wonder if he's got any energy left over at all. Actually, still 3,000 per second, so never mind. Building 2 Novaxes at the time. Well, he's gonna run out of mass pretty soon here because so much production just got hit. And there was also Ythiltha, which also I totally didn't notice, but yes, it also got nuked, and now it's getting lightning all over the place. Oh well. Very nicely done so far by Penetrator, essentially knocking 2 players out of the game, just like that. Yeah, their economies are now hopelessly behind. Both Zoro and Dirtierdragon are now hopelessly behind both Trollowashka and Penetrator himself. However, it should be noted that Trollowashka has now completely overtaken Penetrator in terms of his mass production, and he's got himself 4 nuke defense units. 4! Yeah, there's no way you're penetrating that with just 1 washer. Not gonna happen. And he's built himself a Tsar for air defense, I suppose. But he's got plenty of flares already. And of course his ground forces are supported by cougars, I'm sure. Or not. Well, yeah, there's a cougar right there, so of course they are. Meanwhile, more scouting out from Penetrator. I'm guessing he's choosing another target for his nuke rampage. I mean, of course this target has to be Trollolashka at this point, because, you know, he is the most powerful player in the game, clearly. But so far, I don't know. I do not know what he's gonna do next. So, oh, well, I know what Trollolashka is gonna do next, though. He's building himself a Maver, already 11% done. Protected by 4 strategic missile defense units, a donut, a second donut already halfway done. Is he even mass stalling? No, he's not. He's energy stalling, which is much worse, but not mass stalling. No, 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 sir. None of that BS here. Not even close. He has still got 15,000 in the bank. He can't spend it in order to stop power stalling, but okay, he's not power stalling anymore. I guess he just built something big, or finished something big, I don't know. Or maybe it's just his air production is doing that to his energy. Because he is producing his own fighters, of course. No match for the air force of Penetrator. Penetrator, I'm sure. You've got, yeah, 189 fighters for Penetrator versus 45, 46 for Trollolashka. Yeah, that is definitely not it. That ain't it, chief. But look at the mass difference though. Penetrator is no longer producing, you know, any more mass producers, still at 1,000 per second. In the meantime, Trollolashka is almost at 2,000 already. You gotta stop this man somehow before he finishes you all with that Maver. Oh no. But who's gonna stop him? Is that gonna be Dirtierdragon with those Novaxes? I highly doubt that, let me tell you. Is this gonna be this guy, Andy, who's got friggin' nothing? Still, you know, still barely ahead of Zorro in terms of economy. Or is it gonna be Zorro himself with this measly 200 mass per second? No, I do not think so, sir. So, I suppose at this point they need to make an alliance of some sort. Oh, also, yeah, Dirtierdragon was really upset at, I'm guessing, well, yeah, at Penetrator destroying his base. And another nuke is coming for Dragon. Oh no, that's not good. You gotta run, my dude. It's still from Penetrator, because, oh well, yeah, nobody else has nuke launchers on the map, so it's of course gonna be him. Okay, does he know? Let's watch the nuke land first, of course. As is customary for this channel, let's watch the nuke land. Hello? I said nuke land, where is it, what? Wait, did it get shut up? Oh no! Okay, the nuke got intercepted actually, so... Hello? Never mind my ramblings, there was a nuke defense here. Oh, what was that? That was a UEF commander exploding. Not entirely sure why. Was that like a teleport from Penetrator? I don't think he has... Weird. Okay, another nuke being launched towards Dragon's base again. This time it might actually connect because there is... Yep. Oh no, Dragon is going to get nuked into the Stone Age completely here. With 2 nukes, which will both land because, yeah, there is no way you can get this done in time. Should have invested more into nuke defense like Mr. Trollolashka has done here, who's, by the way... Oh! Penetrator is actually overtaking Trollolashka now, somehow. Not entirely sure how this is happening, but yeah, his most of his ACUs are gone here. I think that was actually the rest of his ACUs, so he's out of the game. Yep, there down goes Dirtierdragon. But now, oh! Wait, what is happening here? What? Okay, so Penetrator just lost all of his ACUs. He's lost a Paragon, which was being built. And Trollolashka finishes his... No. He doesn't. He just built another donut. What? Okay, so Penetrator just lost a whole bunch of ACUs. He's got 5 left though. I guess, yeah, I guess that was a teleport out from Trollolashka because we saw before. He did a teleporter on one of his ACUs. I'm guessing it was a Cybern ACU, so it went in and died. if we can see how many ACUs he's got left over, we can see it's going to be 2 Aeon and 2 Seraphim. So yeah, he definitely sent one of them. Oh god, I did not mean to slow the game down like that, sorry. So he's definitely sent one of them Cybern ACUs here. Destroyed an Whaaa, destroyed a Paragon, which is still being built now. But tell you what, it's not being built fast enough, especially considering you're now 500 mass per second. Oh, it's because he's power stalling like crazy, yeah. He can't spend the mass fast enough, so he's just power stalling and reducing his mass production drastically. Not very good, especially considering that Maver was already halfway done. Now, that was a serious blow against Penetrator's economy, and definitely puts Trolloloshka into the winning position here. He's still using T1 scouts to see what his enemies are doing for some reason. Looks like there's a Monkey Lord construction station on the way for onebigandy. It's actually, well, the station itself was already complete, but the Monkey Lords are going to be relatively slow. Because, or coming out relatively slowly, because, yeah, you saw right there, he had minus 142 mass per second in deficit. Meanwhile, you've got yourself, this is 6 missile defense units, and that's 4 more. So, and that's another one, so 11 strategic missile defense units in total for Trolloloshka. That is how you protect yourself from missiles. Finally mass stalling, so he's no longer power stalling, which is probably why he is, you know, producing 2,000 mass at this point. Meanwhile, Penetrator is now at around 1,000. I guess a lot of his support commanders must have gotten blown up as well. Highly unfortunate indeed. He's now reclaiming the previous Paragon, which still has 157 mass in it. I guess the Paragon was finished. I'm assuming the Paragon was finished, and then a Cybern ACU out from Trolloloshka teleported in and destroyed it. But now, yeah, once again he's power stalling, which is reducing his chances of ever completing anything. The Maver is definitely... Oh no, the Maver is almost finished! 97%, oh no! Oh, that's not good. Yeah, you gotta protect your Paragon like yesterday. Oh boy. Oh boy. Check this beauty out. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Here we go. Oh, look at this mighty, glorious, bulging, throbbing weapon of war. Oh. Oh, here we go. Come on. Take the first shot. Do it. Do it! You remove your... God damn it, the stupid experimental notification. Okay, there you go. There's a strategic launch detected. It's being directed at... I have no idea who. Oh, it's being... okay. It's actually being fired by Penetrator. It's being fired at the base of Zoro for some weird reason. I'm guessing just farming more kills. Oh, the Maver hits! The first Maver hit immediately destroys one of the UEF ACUs of Penetrator. And Penetrator realizes immediately what's happening and disconnects from the game. Well then. Yeah, so Zoro just got destroyed by the last nuke. And now it looks like all the fighters and donuts are coming for the face or the other juicier parts of onebigandy, who's got himself still got 5 ACUs left over, but I really don't think it's gonna matter, and he realizes that and disconnects in a glorious explosion of awesomeness. There you go. There you go, all of his ACUs. And this is it. This is the end of the replay, so yeah. Mad props to Trolloloshka for coming back from this and actually winning the game, despite the fact that Penetrator as well as Zoro were leading all throughout the match. Ultimately, it was Trolloloshka who managed to fend off his attackers, who were extremely forthcoming in their advances, but still didn't manage to quite penetrate his defenses. And then from there, he did an excellent job rebuilding, building up his economy, and even destroying an enemy Paragon in order to finally build up his own Maver and use that intimidation factor to immediately make 2 people disconnect from the game. Very nicely done, very well played, and I hope you, my dear viewers, have enjoyed this cast as well, as much as I did, because I enjoyed it immensely. Thank you all so much for watching, I greatly appreciate it, and I hope to see you again soon. For now though, this is gonna be it for me, from me, I mean, so I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed it. And yeah, hope to see you all again soon on the battlefields of the future.